Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transiting Sun. The transiting Sun is in opposition to the natal Saturn. How the transiting Sun will behave in opposition to the natal Saturn depends on the position of the natal Saturn. This transit may be more prominent in your life if you already have planets aspecting your natal Saturn. But the basics are as follows. Circumstances, other people, and the whole world seem to be somehow turned against you today. You feel overwhelmed by demands, external pressures, and responsibilities, and you look at your life with serious doubts and pessimism. Others don't seem to help, even if they try to do so. Your efficiency and your recent work will be in the spotlight due to limitations and difficulties, as well as the usefulness of the life structures you used, and your self-confidence is undermined by feelings of guilt. So, we can safely say that when the transiting Sun is opposite your natal Saturn, you feel like your efforts are going nowhere. Difficult time, because Saturn brings challenges and limitations that interfere with your direct goals and desires. You end up becoming very frustrated with obstacles in business projects, and individuals with Saturn in Pisces will even think that other people are deliberately thwarting their efforts, especially authority figures and superiors. Any solitary activities or reflections are indicated now. The transit sets limiting conditions on your life, whether due to the actions of other people or circumstances. Limitations will seem harder to overcome because it is harder for you to express yourself. Try to free yourself, soften, restore balance or release the elements that have become a limitation. It will be a real struggle to overcome these limiting conditions because, in addition to putting up obstacles to progress, the transit, as we have stated, makes it difficult to express yourself. On the other hand, encountering obstacles to progress and inhibition in your own attitude, although prominent under this influence, will not be the only problem because at the same time you will feel overwhelmed with work. Regulations and responsibilities will become an obstacle on your agenda, forcing you to slow down and re-evaluate your priorities. The normal daily routine will seem more demanding and exhausting than usual, and likewise, you will have to be more demanding and patient with others to get what normally comes. This will create even greater distance or separation between you and others, and lead to feelings of rejection or isolation. Your need for companionship is at odds with the needs of other people at a distance, or it may be that you simply want a break from the burdens and responsibilities currently thrust upon you. We encounter the transiting Sun in opposition to natal Saturn every year at the same time. The transit itself is active for about 2 days depending on the positions of the planets, and is very recognizable by your low energy and resistance around you. All of this means that this is not the time to force your will on others or try to promote yourself. The best way to deal with the accumulation of frustrations is to agree on some personal goal in which you do not need the help of others. Also, it is best to understand situations in such a way that you need to raise stronger personal boundaries with others, and in some cases, it is best to remove yourself from the negative dynamics of the relationship. Then you will deal with melancholy, worry, loss, sadness, shame or low self-esteem, because your need for companionship is at odds with other people's need for distance. The feeling that you are not good enough and the lack of faith in yourself, in others, and in life itself will slow down your initiatives and you will want to rest from burdens and obligations. What could even spare you pain on the way is to reorganize your life, to want to control it. This is an opportunity to learn and grow. If we can face our fears and limitations, we can emerge from this transit stronger and wiser. The key is not to give up, even when things get tough, and this is a tough transit. Although the compatibility of the planets is a sign of cooperation, the opposition of the houses advises us to look the other way. Try to examine these obstacles more objectively and they will show you where you need to be more organized or patient. Most of the time you know deep down what you have to do to succeed. With the steps you take, the biggest part of making it happen is the execution, actually taking action and making the effort. Although the energy is weak, take a critical look at your day and make an honest assessment. For example, if you are criticized by an authority figure, try to find something constructive in the feedback to make improvements and effective changes. Be careful not to be too hard on yourself. It is important to maintain compassion and self-acceptance so that you are not drawn into excessive self-criticism. Hard work, patience, and persistence can lead to achievement, recognition and respect. Remember that this too shall pass, and use this time to build your strength and resilience. With perseverance, you will get through this challenging and gloomy transit.